what it means to us nowadays.
Yes, that's right. We're live on YouTube, so please type in the search box, Smooth FM Lagos, subscribe to the channel and watch. You can leave a comment on that platform as well. And you can also send a message through WhatsApp 0809-444-0981. Rotus?
Yeah, so AMCON, Asset Management Corporation of Nigeria, its head of corporate communications put out address the media. What's his name? Jude Nwazo. He's the head of corporate communications at AMCON. Said they addressed this. I don't know where this rumor is coming from, but maybe we can get into it. That the AMCON was set to seize the Dangote refinery. That hasn't even started operations yet. AMCON was set to seize the Dangote refinery because it owes a number of commercial banks in Nigeria, something to the tune of $7 billion. I saw somebody on TV talking about, I think they were talking about Nigeria's potential presidents in 2023, and they went from the public sector to the private sector. And so Dangote was mentioned. Oh, wow. And the person, this guy just puts it out there that yes, Dangote's refinery is in debt. And they asked me, I was like, oh God, do you have any proof of what it is you're saying? And he said, well, I heard it from somewhere. He said, did you get it from a newspaper?
He said it's on TV.
On? Yeah, on television. I was like, what does he say? So the anchor now had to say, look, we don't have any proof of this. You need to, give us your sources. He was like, I know, I saw it somewhere. And I started joking, did you get it on WhatsApp? Because there's a lot of fake news on WhatsApp. So look, one of the reasons why these rumors are out and are prompting AMCON to have to respond, and it could be malicious. He's, how a lot of people, Dangote has competitors. A lot of people feel he's a monopolist. He's gotten too many favors from the federal government and so on and so forth. So at every chance they get, they put out news here and there that says, this and that. But look, just to make it very clear, in case anyone was wondering, it's a private company. We haven't quite seen anything coming out of the actual refinery itself, any financials or anything, but it hasn't even come on stream yet. So any insinuation that AMCON is going to seize assets, you've got to, AMCON will put out a notice. They'll talk about the amount of debts that has accumulated over a course of a period of time before they now step in. So that's it's not even a rumor we should entertain. However, this refinery, I think back in 2017 or 2018, there was a Financial Times article that said it will come on stream 2021 or so. Then it got pushed back now to 2022. We don't even know if it's going to come on stream 2022. It could be 2023. So because of the amount of time it's taking to come on stream, and also this is an expensive venture that Dangote has gone into here, and he's paying dollars to build this refinery. You have to think about, I remember there was a video, I think we put it on Smooth, this was like a year ago or 2 years ago, where they brought in this massive contraption that's used for either distilling fuel or doing something. And this thing was mind-bogglingly big. I think you have to bring it by sea or something.
It was brought by sea with a barge, and it's a filtration unit.
Yeah, exactly. So, the amount of money that the Dangote industry is spending on this refinery, it's in the billions. It's billions of dollars, not billions of naira. So it is incredibly expensive. He has to import these things into the country to build. Look at the exchange rates. The exchange rates when this Dangote refinery talk started was at what? 250, 280?
Yeah, 280,
and now, yeah, so you have to think about the cost of importing these items with where naira is to the dollar right now, and what kind of cost. And then, of course, the fact that NNPC just came out of nowhere and said, hey, we're taking an equity stake in the Dangote refinery. People are like, wait, why are you doing that? You've got refineries you need to build. You're spending 1.5 billion on Port Harcourt refinery. They've come out and said you're spending 1.4 billion on the Warri refinery. So if you are revamping all these refineries, why are you taking an equity stake in the Dangote refinery? Where Group Managing Director Mele Kyari came out and said, well, it's in the nation's national interests as far as energy risk management to take an interest in a refinery like Dangote. He talked about how, you know, it's 650,000 barrels per day. That is the projected capacity. Okay, fine. So, Oga, so let's get to the numbers now. The Federal Executive Council last week then approved 2.6 or $2.7 billion for a 20% equity stake. Now, if you do the math, that comes out, it values the refinery at $13.5 billion based on, if these startup companies do all these funding rounds, you just divide the equity stake by the percentage, it gives you what the valuation is. Yeah. It's like Kuda, for instance, raised $55 million or so, which valued them at 500 million or so. I think it was a 10% stake. But the point is that, and then they approved it so quickly. I mean, you know what? Accused the government of being slow. They came out, hey, we want to take an equity stake in Dangote Refinery or his energy risk management, and then quickly, Federal Executive Council, Buhari is not even in the country. He's still medical tourism. That's another story. We'll leave that one. So Sibanjo signed off on it, and just like that, they announced it. $2.6 billion has been approved for the NNPC to take an equity. So people started saying that Dangote is in trouble. He owes money. He doesn't have, and now he's relying on the federal government. And this $2.6 billion that they've approved for an equity stake is nothing more than a bailout. And that's when these rumors started coming out. There was an American refinery in, I can't remember, I think it's called somewhere in the near. Anyway, there was an announcement of 100-something-year-old refinery in the United States. Some company was taking over the oil assets of another company. And they have 2 refineries plus other oil assets. Everything together came out to 2.2 or 2.3 billion. So then the rumor I saw the even message on WhatsApp that, oh, come, in America, they are buying these 2 refineries plus other oil pipelines. Everything together is 2-point-something billion. Meanwhile, here in Nigeria, just a 20% stake for Dangote is the same 2-point-something billion. So that's what gave us, and now somebody has come out and said AMCON is going to seize Dangote Refinery.
That's a rumor.
Yeah,
big rumor. How about the other angle to it? Could it be that the federal government is just jumping in as an individual who doesn't want to be left behind, or an entity that does not want to be left behind in the prospects of this becoming a very successful business venture? That's on one hand. Comparing this refinery to other refineries, there are different types of refineries. There are modular refineries, there are large-scale refineries like this. So, I mean, it's easy to jump on that rumor mill, but I thank you so much for clarifying that.
Of course. So, so that's a valid point. Federal government says, you know, if the refinery is successful, they can get dividends from it, and that will be good. However, why are you spending almost $3 billion to revamp the Port Harcourt and Warri and Kaduna refineries? Where are you getting the money from? This is total. So 1.5 for Kaduna, sorry, 1.5 for Port Harcourt refinery, 1.4 for Kaduna and Warri. That's 2.9. That's almost 3 billion. Then another 2-point-something billion in Dangote refinery. That's $5.6 billion. I mean, that is, our budget is what, 30%, $30 billion. So you're looking at, you know, quite a sizable investment here that is going to balloon. Well, they're saying they're looking to borrow money for it and they're going to source this money independently. We'll see how it works out. But by and large, just to clarify, as far Dangote the Dangote group has come out to rubbish the rumors. They're not owing AMCON. Nothing is being seized. AMCON has come out to say Dangote is not owing us. We're not seizing anything. So that's our job in the media. The two main, the horses' mouths have spoken. However, I've just reasons, dollar exposure, costs, and so on. NNPC jumping in so quickly, the approvals,
and Nigeria's debt profile. Yeah,
exactly. So that's
quick reminder here, though. The Port Harcourt refinery was built in 1965. So let's just keep that in mind. We have messages. TDX Steven says, good morning, great team. Kindly explain the sudden change in GT Bank's name to GT Co. Please, what's this about?
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's easy. So it's because of the, well, let me
holding company.
Holding company. First Bank is a holding company. Stanbic is a holding company. I think FCMB is I believe is a holding company as well. A holding company, a parent company that holds the basically subsidiaries underneath under it. So GT is going into the payment space, right? They're making some
That's
strategic moves. Yeah, they're making some strategic moves to combat the tech folks. So they've now GTCO PLC is the holding company. They've got GT Bank under it. They've got the payments division. Look, the payments, the payment is
it's about to change.
More money. And
you know, I laughed. I got so excited when you mentioned the payment thing, because I'd remind people to just, think back to the CBN memo that just got released about a week ago about the payment service holding companies, right? And the values that they will have, the opportunities they will have with the new policy and all that. So it's a smart move by these companies, and they've been, honing in on this for a while.
Yeah, but the issue though is that the central bank is not giving them free rein. I mean, there's payment service licenses. They're not giving them free rein. They can't collect deposits. They can't make loans. Look, there are people are saying they're protected, right? Because of the fear of competition. But it should be, look, Bank Zero in South Africa just launched yesterday. This is the South Africa has, the Reserve Bank has given them collect your loans, collect deposits, give out loans, collect deposits, do what you want. South Africa, Ghana, Kenya, these are mobile or telco-led financial inclusion drives. Nigeria is still doing a bank-led inclusion. But what people are saying is that banks can compete. Look at what BGTB is doing. So why are you afraid? Let's have a full, open, competitive field. But, I mean, it goes. But look, since this is Business Express, Airtel was the top stock on the Nigerian stock exchange yesterday, gained about 10%. I think it's about 755 naira.
Wow.
I've told you to speak to a financial services financial advisor, but you guys should, as far as the Airtel, MTN Nigeria, you want to have a long-term view on the telco stocks, because Airtel has gotten, $500 million in the last 3 months between April and now. Big investments in their mobile money units, not the company, just the mobile money units. So it's a very interesting space. And I mean, that's because Africa has we have such a large yawning gap for financial inclusion. Telcos have more subscribers than banks have BBN. So it just makes logical sense that they should be allowed to move forward. But anyway, that's where we are with that. Very interesting space.
How about this story here? This story about World Bank listing Nigeria and 9 other countries with high debt risk of exposure.
Yes. So the World Bank released their financial performance. I think their exposure to developing and developed nations is like 84 billion or so, or even more. So they've got different divisions. They're looking at financial performance under the International Development Association, the IDA. So the IDA by itself, subsidiary under the World Bank, they were talking about how much money it has lent to certain nations. So Nigeria ranked 5th. I think about 11.7 billion is what Nigeria owes. I think India was number 1 with 22 billion. Then Bangladesh was number 2 with like 14 or 17 billion. But most of the countries on that list was India, Bangladesh, Pakistan, Vietnam, Nigeria, Uganda, Kenya, Ghana, and some other nations, but mostly African and then a couple of Asian nations there. But they're just saying that, look, the debt limit is 45 billion. So Nigeria is still well under the cap, but they just released their financials and said, hey, look, these are the top 10 countries that owe us money under the channels through which we lend, funds. So Nigeria is going to keep on borrowing but look, it's very interesting. Look, elections are coming up. There's so much. There's so much to discuss. But just know that, we have to keep borrowing because we have no other choice.
To bail ourselves out. Well, thank you, Rotus. It's been a very interesting conversation made up for the last 2 days. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
And thank you so much for watching. All right. Remember, you can also get back to this stream